Aquarius Zodiac Sign Aquarius Horoscope. Element, air. Color, light blue, silver. Quality, fixed. Day, Saturday. Ruler, Uranus, Saturn. Greatest overall compatibility, Leo, Sagittarius. Lucky numbers, 4, 7, 11, 22, 29. Date range, January 20th to February 18th. Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th. Aquarius traits. Strengths, progressive, original, independent, humanitarian. Weaknesses, runs from emotional expression, temperamental, uncompromising, aloof. Aquarius likes fun with friends, risky business, fighting for causes, intellectual conversations. Aquarius dislikes limitations, broken promises, being lonely, dull or boring situations. Aquarius is a sign different from the rest of the zodiac, and people born with their sun in it feel special. This makes them eccentric and energetic in their fight for freedom, or at times shy and quiet, afraid to express their true personality. In both cases, they are deep thinkers and highly intellectual people who love to fight for idealistic causes. They are able to see people without prejudice, and this makes them truly special. Although they can easily adapt to the energy that surrounds them, Aquarius representatives have a deep need to have some time alone and away from everything in order to restore power. The sign of Aquarius belongs to the element of air, finishing the story of Gemini and Libra and connecting them in a way through the opposition of freedom and relationships. They will rely on their mind and spoken words most of the time, and without mental stimulation might lose interest even in the things that made their heart jump at first. They see the world as a place full of possibilities and have the need to be spontaneous, follow the moment, and live it to the fullest in an attempt not to waste any time. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, shoulder to shoulder with its traditional ruler, Saturn. Although Uranus has an abrupt, timid, and sometimes aggressive nature, their other ruler often grounds them enough and helps them find enough distance from other people to remain somewhat indifferent. A visionary and someone ready for changes, an Aquarius is a known thinker and someone who will shake your world once they are in it. They feel best as a part of a certain community but might have trouble finding just the right place where they feel they belong. Aquarius, the pretty protege. While Ganymede might have looked thin and weak, this doesn't make the character of these individuals any less powerful than it obviously is. They always have someone to carry them up, someone to show them the way towards the skies and the enlightenment they seek. Belonging to those who are in charge, their problems with authority usually come out of their relationship with other people, and not the leading structure itself. To find the center, they have to be ready to dig deep. Aquarius love and sex. Intellectual stimulation is by far the greatest aphrodisiac for an Aquarius. There's nothing that can attract them more than an interesting conversation with a person. Openness, communication, imagination and willingness to risk are the qualities that fit well in the emotional world of this zodiac sign. Their compatibility with other signs can be complex, for they represent the opposition itself and have trouble relating to others if their sense of freedom is in any way endangered, or they perceive it to be. Integrity and honesty are essential for anyone who wants to stay in their life, and feelings won't have much to do with the way they treat betrayal and those who let them down along the way. They will give independence to their partner, seeing them as equal and just as powerful as they are. Even though they can get all the freedom they desire, they could still have trouble with day-to-day interaction even with those they are deeply in love with. Being the sign of freedom and solitude, Aquarius can be too difficult to be with for some static and passive signs of the zodiac, and you can find out which by making your choice in this widget. Aquarius plus Taurus match. Aquarius friends and family. Friends, no matter the ability to communicate, Aquarius representatives need time to build closeness with a friend, and they will unconsciously do a lot only to avoid being emotional and vulnerable around others. They are willing to self-sacrifice but only if absolutely necessary, and by the time they jump in to help, a person in trouble will probably realize that they never needed help to begin with. They need creative friends with integrity and a strong intellect. Family, These individuals have certain expectations from their family. Even though it might not be their place to search for answers their parents should seek, they will do so anyway, and more often than not impose their will on family members from the best possible intention, to make them get along. The sense of duty they have with some relatives won't keep them around for very long, for this, as all emotional blackmail, hardly ever touches the soul of an Aquarius. Aquarius career and money. This is a sign that brings enthusiasm, excitement, and innovations to their workplace and has a remarkable ability of exploitation of their imagination for business purposes. Their high intellect combined with their willingness to share their talents, inspires many people in their lives. They are a visionary who likes to engage in humane activities, and needs to work in a place that supports better circumstances for endangered groups of people. Finances of this zodiac sign can be spent on various risks but also held on to, and all they need to have in order to create a saving zone out of their life, is to give them something to look forward to. They are well adapted to their feel for style and are not afraid to show it, which is why their colors shining in the outer world make all the difference for their emotional state. They feel extremely good in professions such as piloting, paragliding and photography, but also make excellent programmers, ingenious mathematicians and scientists, and need to show their personality with not strict guidelines for the way to do so. How to attract the Aquarius man. Aquarius men are unpredictable, intelligent, social, independent and excellent communicators. They are also unreliable and inflexible, but changed by the right partner at least up to a point where they check time on their wristwatch. An Aquarius man sometimes lives inside his mind, and needs a companion to talk about his progressive thoughts and ideas. In a game of seduction, one must first become their friend and everything else will come second. As things fall into place and he discovers he found trust for the person standing in front of them, each Aquarius has a chance to meet their own boundaries and see if there's anything else they need to break. As a man who carries their sun in the sign of detriment, this individual has trouble fitting in, too. He needs someone to respect his need for freedom, his individuality, and most of all his honest desire to make a difference in the world. How to attract the Aquarius woman. She is independent, mysterious, free-spirited and eccentric, with a fine sense of humor and a strange inability to stay consistent and present. She seems cold and aloof but needs someone to romance her senseless and to share good conversations with. Truly exciting. This is a woman who makes an excellent partner in emotional, sexual, and especially mental issues, but her dedication might not hold her for very long if she feels even an ounce of disrespect along the way. She is drawn to people who stand out from the crowd and needs someone to build her trust and take her by the hand and into better circumstances. An Aquarius woman is a highly imaginative partner, especially in her sexual expression, and wants to try out new things on a regular basis. Still, she needs to know that she is valued and loved, and at the same time free from demands and pushiness that some of her men might be prone to. Compatible signs Aquarius should consider: Aries, Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius,